Hey everyone, the Godfather Dictator bringing you mission 8, and you're seeing the final result now, so you don't know how much trouble I had with this mission. And when I'm talking about trouble, I'm not talking about doing the mission itself and getting 0-0 number at the end. This is no problem. The biggest problem with this mission compared to all the other mission is that depend on your action, your stealth gauge at the end will not be maxed out if you don't do certain precise thing. And how I found that out is that I tried so much stuff to figure out what was wrong. Every time I would get to the end and I would see my stealth gauge not being maxed out, and then I compare to the other mission and I'm like, what the hell? This is the only fucking mission doing that. So it was really bugging me so much, guys, that I spent like I think 3 or 4 days redoing the mission every now and then while I was doing my minimal HUD run with Emily, until I found exactly what was causing this stealth gauge to go down like this. And I'm gonna tell it to you, and well, you will see right now. I will do something weird that I never did throughout the game, and this is the only time I'm doing this. Like, what am I doing? I'm going to the black market. Why? I'm getting 1 sleeping dart, okay? And I want to explain something here, guys, okay? If it would have been possible to do the game like 0% like the other one, okay? What is 0%? Is not getting any money, no nothing, okay? At the beginning of this game, when you first loot the first target, Mortimer, they automatically give you his purse if you want. So you automatically get some money, so it's unavoidable to not get a certain amount of money. Plus, I think when you don't accept any power, from what I've seen, I think it's the second, once you do the second mission or something, they give you automatically like a 1,000 coin. Here it was really close to getting spot. I used the bottle, do another distraction, and be able to reach the door. So it was impossible, and they automatically give you that. And because of this, I thought, hey, I'm just gonna buy 1 dart. I could have stole it, but the process of stealing it is long, and I didn't test that out to see if I steal the black market, if it counts as being spotted. Well, someone can test it out if you want and tell me, but right now I won't worry about that. It's just really because of the fact that the 0% run is impossible in this game because you automatically get some money. And here is something also you can avoid taking the money from the Duke, okay? But I'm gonna tell you the 2 things that will make your stealth gauge go down, okay? By the way, here I was taking right side first, but after I take left side, for some reason when you're in the water here, it's like it's only your water that is out and the enemy cannot see you. I know, quite weird, but yeah, they can see you. Okay, so now to get into the 2 things that can make your stealth gauge go down, okay? It won't affect any of the number, guys. Keep that in mind. It will only affect the stealth gauge, okay? First one is getting spot by the real dupe. If you get spot, he sees you, okay? Your stealth gauge will go down. Second one, and that one was the one I couldn't understand, like why I was doing that, because again, it's the only mission that did that. There was the first mission with Mortimer and the one with Jindosh that with the same concept, and you didn't get that bullshit problem with the stealth gauge at the end, okay? So what's the second thing that caused the stealth gauge to go down is if you actually knock out the real Duke with your hand, with your bare hand. If you choke him out, that will lower your stealth gauge. Why? I have no fucking idea what was the idea of the developer behind that, considering that when I knock out Jindosh and when I knock out Mortimer in the first mission and Jindosh in the 4th mission, I still got the perfect stealth at the end, and I never had that problem. So I really don't get it. The way, and here it's a bad idea to jump. You see, you can start bouncing on the side of the wood. Really fucking bad idea. As I started doing it, I was like, this is a bad idea. And here I walk to attract them, and actually why I wanted to show this place. I will say it, why I will finish after. So basically, you cannot knock out the real Duke with your fist, okay? You cannot choke him out. That's why I got a sleep dart, because for a weird reason, the sleep dart doesn't count as a non-lethal knockout. Don't ask me why. I'm not the one who made the game, guys. Me, I really just wanted to have the max stealth gauge and max non-lethal like I got all the other missions before. And you know, I'm a perfectionist, so I wouldn't post the mission until I figure out what was the problem. Of course, after trying everything, if I would have seen it was still like undoable, I would have just bring you the mission and explained to you the situation, and maybe someone could have helped me out. Who knows? Okay? But also the reason why here I showed this spot, okay? Because the Duke can be in 5 places, guys, okay? He can be in, like, both Duke, by the way, okay? He can be here in the private garden. He can be in the throne room. He can be in Delilah's room. He can be in his office. Delilah in the office is on the 3rd stage, okay? 3rd floor. On the 4th floor is the Duke's room, and that's the 5th place where he can be, okay? And the reason why I show this area is because I feel like this one is one of the hardest area, and even more unfortunate this time that I got a fucking clockwork soldier who come to investigate the area. And why this area is much more difficult than, for instance, the throne room, the office, or Delilah's room is because outside here is the only fucking place that he has a dog with him as a bodyguard, okay? And the guard will move at some point. The dog will stay there. And if you try to go talk to him while the dog is there, okay, it's guaranteed he will spot you. So that's why doing this part is really tricky. And okay, there's one point that is really important also that I didn't mention at the beginning of the mission, and I feel like everyone should know that, okay? Once you reach the apartment of the shop owner, okay, you take the key of the shop owner at the beginning, okay? Once you enter his apartment, before you enter the door, like I didn't do it there, but before you enter the door, I suggest you save. The reason why is that before you get to the area here with the Grand Palace, okay, every time it will randomize the location of both Duke, okay? So if you're not comfortable doing it here, for example, okay, in the garden, because I feel like this place is fucking annoying, and me, I just show it like to show that it's the hardest point if you want to have a Duke there, okay? But what you can do is you can just reload the save, okay, at this area, and each time you will re-enter the area here of the Grand Palace, it will randomize the location of both. Now, one thing that I can say is pretty important and makes this mission, if you want, a lot easier, okay, is whatever you do, okay, the best thing is try to have the real Duke in his room always, okay? If the real Duke is not in his room, it might be problematic, like I tried the other day in his office, and I was hiding like on top of the room, and for some reason he was still looking in my direction. I'm saying, guys, he won't spot you. If he sees you, he looks at you, he won't say guard. No, he doesn't do that, okay? It doesn't work like that. If he sees you, he will look at you, and you might not even know it. You might not even realize it. That's why here I feel like it's the best place, because as soon as the guard will go and he will be leaning against the rail, I'm gonna shot him with a sleeping dart. And of course he didn't spot me. The guard almost spotted me. That was an idiot move. I should have stand back from the piano, but I didn't, okay? So that's why I say this is the best, because also he's already in his room, okay? So if you went to speak to the other Duke already, you don't have to carry him. If it's the opposite and the real Duke is in his office, or he's in the garden, it's a pain in the ass to bring him back, okay? It can be like a lot of problem, and me, I say just avoid that like plague, okay? Because you're gonna make your life a lot harder, unless you knock out everyone, and it's not the case for me, obviously, so I wanted to make my life not too hard. And here you can see when jumping against stair, it somehow pushed you like further, a lot further. It's really weird. Now I'm gonna also give you a couple of tips and tricks that are like pretty easy to know which one is the real Duke, you know, like who's the real Duke. Because of course they give you like a major clue at the beginning in the dialogue of the mission. The fake Duke smoke while the real one doesn't smoke. But that's not the only thing, okay? The real Duke will have the vault key while the other one will have the chest key, okay? It's totally different. And there's another thing that I realized, and that's from different testing out, okay? Of course, the conversation, guys, the dialogue, sometimes if you pay attention, you listen, the fake Duke will say how he has to do stuff that's not even his life and shit like that, while the real Duke will be talking about regular stuff that a Duke would be talking about, but without pretending it's him because it's the real one, okay? So yeah, of course the dialogue. But the other thing that I realized, and that's a pretty neat trick also, but of course you don't want to do that for no reason, but how to know which one is the real Duke or not, okay? If you, for example, alert some guard, okay, near the real Duke and they start going on search mode, the real Duke will join them, while the clone will never join the hunt. So that's like a way to know. If you're doing some noise around the real Duke's area and you see that the Duke starts searching with the guard, you know that this is the real Duke. The double will never go investigate, will never go on alert mode. The only time where the double will go on alert mode, okay, is if, for example, and I tried that also one time just for fun, is if, for example, you bring the Duke unconscious before talking to him. If you do that, the other Duke will panic and will go alert the guard. Because it's like you didn't talk about it with him just yet, so he doesn't know what's going on, and that's pretty logic. So again, guys, a lot of explanation, but you will see at the end what I'm talking about with the stealth gauge. It will be maxed out, obviously, but if you get spotted by the Duke, knock him out unconscious with your hand, you're gonna see that your stealth gauge at the end will not be maxed out because of that, and this is the only mission that has this kind of exception. Again, I feel like it's really, really weird, because sleeping dart or knocking out with the hand should have been the same result, but for some reason no. I hope you enjoy. See you in the last mission. Peace out.